Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Ifia. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to do makeup. This is a very detailed makeup tutorial that I have ever done. So if you're interested in seeing this and learning some tips, please stay tuned. Make sure to thumbs up, subscribe, and also turn on your notification button for more upcoming videos. See you in the next clip. Alright guys, so if you're a beginner and you are starting off your makeup, my first advice to you is make sure to apply your makeup on a fresh, clean plus moisturized face. Make sure to moisturize your face first before applying your primer, and then you go ahead and apply your foundation and the rest of the makeup. So to start my makeup, I like to moisturize my face, and this is the moisturizer that I use. I like to apply my primer first before I do my brows. That way my brows doesn't get oily because I have oily skin. But if you have a dry skin, you can just go ahead and do your brows. But for me, if you have oily skin, I would advise you use primer first and then you go ahead and do your brows. So the primer that I use is Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and it's very good for my oily skin. I usually get oily on my T-zone area, so I like to apply primer on those areas. Make sure that I get a lot of primer on those areas. And then when applying your primer, make sure you dab it on your skin. Don't massage it into your skin. The primer is going to create a barrier between the makeup and your skin, so it's very good to apply primer before your makeup. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows, and I use pencil for my brows. I use Rimmel brow pencil, and the shade that I use to draw my brows is black brown. The new technique that I added to my brows is I use lash glue, and this is the clear lash glue. So yeah, I just started using this technique and it does help with my oily brows. So you just use a little bit on your brows, and this is also going to put in place your brow hairs. And then when you are done, you make sure to brush your brows and make sure that your brows are all in place. It's hard to talk and do your brows at the same time because you want to make sure that the shape is perfect. So I would advise, if you are doing your brows, you must concentrate, no talking on the phone. When you are drawing your brows and it doesn't come out like the way you want it, don't be bothered because we're going to shape it with a concealer. So I'm not really bothered if it doesn't come out like how I want it. I don't like my brows to be too long, and I don't like them to be too thick. So after I am done drawing the brows, I'm going to shade in the brows. I don't press the pencil hard, I just lightly shade the brows, just lightly shade in the brows. And then at the edge of the brows, I'm just gonna use my hands. I just want this natural look to the brows, so this is what I do. I use my hands and then I just blend it, blend it, blend it. It's gonna come out perfect, don't worry guys. So now that we are done drawing the brows, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the brows using a concealer, and the concealer that I like to use is LA Girl Pro HD Conceal, and I also like to use Maybelline Fit Me concealer. And this is the brush that I like to use. This is a flat brush. Most people like to use a lighter shade concealer for cleaning their brows, but sometimes I do like, sometimes when I'm going for a bold look, that is what I use. And when I'm going for like everyday glam look, everyday, you know, makeup look, I use this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is in the color 45, and it's closer to my skin tone. So you know, as you can see, it's not too light for my skin tone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean my brows. But when I don't get the shape that I want using the pencil, I use the concealer to shape the brows as well. So I sometimes clean my upper brows, but when you're a beginner, I wouldn't advise you to clean your upper brows, because sometimes, you know, your hands might not be as straight as a professional. I would prefer you leave your upper brows, but because I am so used to doing my upper brows, I go in and clean it up. But if you think that you have straight hands like some others do, you can go ahead and clean your upper brows, but just be extremely careful. If you are not extremely careful, your brows is gonna come out crooked, because the upper brows is gonna, you know, deform everything, and you're gonna have to start everything all over again. And most of the times when the concealer gets into the brows, when the concealer, you know, deform the brows, you will have to start everything again, because it's not going to look as neat as it looks before, or as neat as you starting. So I would advise you leave it alone. Once I'm done cleaning my brows, I'm gonna blend the concealer, making sure that the concealer is well blended around my brows. Make sure you blend the concealer well. Like when you press the brush hard into your skin, it does blend everything well. So my brows came out perfect. Next we are going to do our foundation. So when it comes to the foundation, I use Juvia's Place foundation, and my shade is Gabon 360. So if you have oily skin, I would recommend this foundation, but if you have dry skin, I wouldn't recommend this foundation for you. I think they have another foundation stick. A little bit of this foundation goes a long way. So as you can see, I have dark blemishes around my face, but this concealer is a full coverage, so it does a very good job covering all my dark blemishes, so I don't even have to use a color corrector. Before I apply the foundation, I'm gonna add more of my primer. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. So if you have dry skin and you have tried this foundation, let me know how it went. It might not be what I was thinking here. Yeah, but since I started using this foundation, I haven't applied it on my clients, so I don't know how it really looks on dry skin. So when applying foundation and it gets to my forehead, I don't add too much foundation. I only use the leftover on the brush, and then I just, you know, clean there, because I already have my concealer covering there, so I don't want it to look too cakey. Make sure you don't go close to your brows, because if you go close to the brows, you're gonna mess things up. So you don't want your foundation to look like you're wearing a mask, so you have to make sure it goes all the way down to your chin and on your neck as well, to blend things up. So guys, our foundation is all done and it's settled. So as you can see, now it's settling down and it's blending in more with my skin tone. When you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking on my monitor. So next I'm going to use my concealer, and the concealer that I'm gonna use is LA Girl Pro HD concealer. If you haven't heard of this concealer, that I don't know where have you been, like which world are you in? This is the best drugstore concealer that I've used. So when it comes to highlighting your face using concealer, you have to make sure that the concealer is a little bit lighter than the foundation, lighter than your skin tone as well, because your foundation is the same as your skin tone shade. So wherever you apply it to, it's gonna lighten up. So that's why it's called highlight. So I usually use the LA Girl Warm Honey shade, and this is much lighter than my skin tone, but you don't have to go all light out. For me, I really do like to lighten up my face, so that is why I use this, because I'm going to contour my face and blend everything, make it look seamless. I would advise, if you are doing the concealer, you use a beauty blender, because beauty blender is much easy to blend, just that it takes too much product, but it blends everything and makes it look seamless. But I like to use my brush. I'm gonna use the BH Cosmetics 137 brush, and I'm just gonna blend everything. So when you apply your concealer, you have to wait and let it dry a little bit before you blend it, because when you do that, it's gonna give you a full coverage, and I would advise you do that. So when blending, make sure you blend where the concealer ends so that you don't get any harsh lines. Blending is the key, so you have to make sure you blend very well so that when you take pictures, your pictures are gonna look perfect. Next, I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty matchstick, and I'm going to contour my face. Most people do have the face structure already, so you don't really have to do too much. You can just, you know, apply your bronzer, and then when you are blending, you push it up. You don't push it down, you push it up. So next, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Poreless powder, and I'm going to put it on the places where I highlighted. This is how it looks. It's also lighter than my skin tone, so I apply this on top of the highlighted areas. I do this before I apply my loose powder, because when I apply my loose powder straight to my face is gonna crease up, and for some reason, I don't know why that. So this is gonna give it a matte finish. So now I'm gonna apply my Sacha Buttercup loose powder. I'm just gonna apply that on top of the highlighted areas. I don't use too much, and I don't bake. I wouldn't advise you bake. If you're a beginner, don't bake it. Just apply it direct to your skin and blend it. So next, I'm gonna use my CoverGirl Queen bronzer, and this Queen bronzer is heaven. Like, I love this Queen bronzer. It's very, 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 very beautiful on melanin skin. So I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this has some powders in there. I'm gonna use this shade to contour my nose. This shade is closer to my skin tone, so I'm gonna use it to contour my nose. So when contouring your nose, you look for a foundation powder that is most closer to your skin tone, because you don't want to have this harsh line on your nose. So I'm just gonna do this. I want it to look seamless, but at the same time defined nose. So I go in with this brush and I blend it up. So nose contouring is another tutorial on its own, guys. So for the eyes, it's a tutorial on its own. We have so many looks that you can do with your eyes, because the eyes changes a lot, but the foundation can stay the same, everything can stay the same except for the eyes. I'll be doing so many beginner friendly eye tutorial for you guys. So because today's video is a beginner friendly video, I'm gonna do just a simple eye look. And if you are beginning with makeup, I would advise you get a very good eyeshadow. And so the eyeshadow that I use is Morphe palette, and this is the Old Boy 25D, and this eyeshadow is everything. It has so many neutral colors that you can try out as a beginner, so I would advise you get something like this. You can use just one shade for a look, and so I'm just gonna use this shade. It looks like orangey cranberry shade, so I'm just gonna use that today. I'm not gonna use too much of this eyeshadow because I want it to look neutral today, so just a slight bit would do. So I take my eyeshadow closer to my brow so that it will make it seem like I have bigger eyelid, but I don't. I use all the space that I've got. So I'm gonna do my lashes, and because I didn't do eyeliner today, I'm going to use the clear glue. Most of the times I like to use black glue when I do eyeliner, but because today I'm doing no eyeliner, I'm just using the clear glue, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my eyelashes. So my lashes is already prepped. Like, I made sure to clean the excess powder on my lashes because when I was applying my foundation I had some, you know, excess powder on my lashes, so I made sure to clean everything up. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the lash. I look down and then I raise my head up. So when you are done, you make sure you clip your natural lashes and the artificial lashes together. Don't worry about the white lash glue you're seeing, it's gonna dry clear. So onto my lips, I'm gonna do a nude lips, and this is the lip liner that I'm gonna use. It's Rimmel London lip liner. I'm going to use my Colourpop lipstick, and this is in the color Chocho Matte. And this is in the color Chocho Matte. I'm gonna apply it. So I'm gonna use my Colourpop lip gloss on top. So for my waterline, I'm just gonna use a black pencil. So guys, I am done with everything, so I'm just gonna go in and apply my setting spray. So guys, I'm gonna go off camera and finish my hair. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I'm going to finish the look by using my Juvia's Place eye highlighter. Alright guys, this is the beginner friendly look that I did. I love my makeup to pop, so this is the minimum that I can do. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and also I hope you enjoyed this video and also learned something from this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos. See you on my next video. Stay blessed, stay safe, bye.